sorry for no videos lately. I'll explain to you what's happened this year. This year I've got a new job. I started as a funeral director, an assistant funeral director, and that's been taking up more of my time. Secondly, Dad's been diagnosed with cancer. And Dad's the other one of us that go out there and detect, and because of that I have been flat out maintaining the property, trying to get the Eagle up and running, which I'll have to take you guys around for a tour one day. I'm trying to get some of our American stuff put away there. We've got an upcoming event next week. I'll definitely take a video of the event with my local club, which I'm a very proud member of, the CQ Detectors. But what's been happening here lately? In this box, I don't just collect, just go and find a relic, find all the finds, all the relics. I like to try and put the equipment on a mannequin so I can personally say, hey, this is how, and this is where this buckle goes. As you can see back here, I've got a beautiful replica American flag that will fly above the igloo in part of my mobile displays as well. I'll take you a shot there. In here, I believe this is my bag I've been waiting for. Before we go any further, a good mate of mine has given me, let's put this over here, this. This is an American side cap. Now this is khaki, so that makes it the summer uniform, and summer uniform was the main dress uniform for the troops around here during World War II. They did have the Class A's for winter, but in Australia, how much winter do you really have? So they, in the tropic areas, they come up with a summer dress uniform. This one here is an original. It has 065 on it. Shame that I can't read out the tag. It does fit my head. It's got a few wears, but hopefully one day I'll get a summer dress shirt that's made in Australia and I'll put that with it. But like I said, I like to collect the stuff that actually were worn by the soldiers too. So when the Eagle is up and running, the public don't just look at a relic, but they look at a real piece of history as well to know exactly where that relic just went to. Like we've got anklets, we've got helmets, we've actually got upcoming soon, I won't explain, but it's another piece of history. Over there we've got our mannequin who's 41st edition. That's an original PFC jacket, for those who don't know what PFC is. And this has come from an Australian who's, you know, always been reenacting in Australia and will always reenact Australia. PFC, and I've had to learn all this, is private first class, and that is an original uniform over there. But coming back to it, let's unbox this. I'm looking forward to this. I will shoot some photos on the end of this video to explain and show original photos during Camp Rockhampton of this item being used. So let's go for it. I've been looking forward to this. It's in the nick of time too, because next week's the rally display and it's going to be an awesome display. I've put a challenge out there for others, make a big display to try and get them into displaying stuff at the tent. I've been asked to run it, or you know, get the ball rolling for it, as a matter of fact. I'm thinking they've timed it up very well, so I'm liking that. It's not fragile, shouldn't be anyway. Oh yeah, it is. It is exactly what I want to see. What I have in here is an M1910 Haversack. or backpack. These are well known as the doughboy bag during World War I. Don't need that. Don't need that. I've been looking forward to getting one of these for ages. This is the bag. This is the bag that was used in Rockhampton by the soldiers. This is, and I do have a HBT uniform. I do have in the car an original ammo belt. And this is just another piece of equipment that's original. So, just let me check the camera. Yep, we're still good and focused. Okay, I like that. Try the website. I might have a go and have a look at the website. Didn't know they had a website. I might put that aside. I'm going to have a look at the website. Do you want to know where I got it from? Well, I got it on eBay. I'll put that over there. I've also got a 1946 Bakelite Beehive radio game restored, and eventually that'll go in the igloo. I know it's 1 year out of the Second World War, sorry, but still, it's a Bakelite radio, and listening to an ABC or putting something old onto it might sound awesome. Okay, they did say it's got some field repairs on it. Okay, there's a... That must be where the bag straps go. Okay. Okay. Now, bear with me. If you're from America or know better than me, please comment. I am no expert in American equipment. I am learning every single day of American equipment because I'm an Australian and I've always reenacted Australian. I've had the passion only for the Americans that were here during World War II in my town because it's just town history. Would I reenact Americans? That's a touchy question. I would only represent a 41st Division soldier that was here in Rockhampton, and I am actually going to get a replica denim uniform for me to wear around the igloo or around Honeyhole to try out for a weekend with this bag and everything else. Would I do a full reenactment in it? Maybe not. I would rather do it in Australian because that's my history. Okay, so we've got a beautiful, what they call a meat bag here. So I didn't realise this before. I actually thought the utensils, all the knife, fork and spoons, went in individually, but they don't. So I'm going to open it up. This is something I didn't even know that I've looked on YouTube. There's 3 pockets. I don't know if you guys can see that. 3 pockets inside here, so there'll be a knife, fork and a spoon. So, if I put it, let's just grab these. And this one's a mess. This one here, I should see it. Right there, US. That makes it a tableware United States Army. That was found in Rocky. So basically what you do is you put your knife in one position. Of course it's going to be too big. It's not a field fork. That's a field fork. Or a cave set, and they fit in perfect. And that again is a field spoon. Okay, for a spoon. These I like because you get to hang them up. Now this is a Second World War One. The First World War ones had no holes and it looked like a love hut. I do have a First World War One. I do have quite a few First World War ones found, but they're usually iron and not that well. So I think I've got them all in the igloo, but I should try and dig a First World War set out and put it in here because this United States soldiers here, when they came, they were issued a lot of First World War gear. A lot. They had the Springfield rifle. This is an M19, 1917, sorry, backpack. And that's, now you can see it a bit better. So your knife, fork and spoon. Now, I do have laying around here some First World War mess tins are very common to find in honey hole. This is 1918 dated. I just picked it up for $15. I don't really particularly like them. This one's a bit of a, because you put your D-ring over that. Again, I was only buying the equipment for, and it sits like that. Now if we look at a Second World War one, which I do have, the idea is you flip them over, and as you can see, there's two different things. The pan here has a kidney shaped dish, and it's flat. So that's the First World War, and that's the Second World War. And that one's had a bit of field repairs on it. Unfortunately, there's no date on this one, but it was believed to be come back from a veteran. The family was actually throwing this one out, and he was a veteran of the Second World War, PNG, or New Guinea. And that's why I grabbed that, because of the story behind it. New Guinea veteran. I wish I got his photograph. So that's had a few field repairs on that one. You can see the lead solder. So, back to this. Okay, this then goes into there, into your meat bag, what they call the meat bag. So, this meat bag should be detachable from what I've been told. I believe I'm doing this right, because they detach down here, so I can get you a better photo, a better image. My club one. What is a relic? Is it a relic that you just find in the ground, or is it something that is sold, that you find? It may be at a flea market, it may be at a second-hand store. To me, it's both. You need to find good examples or reasonable good samples to explain where the relic went. Here we go. That is your meat bag. So you got the knife, fork, and spoon. Again, that is not the correct fork. Knife. If I was going to get the correct knife, give me one sec. One here was found in Camp Caves. Now it is LF and C, and it's got a serial number on it, and this one's dated 1941. Bakelite handle. Now that's the correct one to go in there. But because it's very hard to get the Bakelite ones, I don't particularly want that. I'm going to grab the good ones I've got, tuck them in there. These are now going to go back on display in a different spot. Okay, they're on display. Okay, so that's your meat bag. I don't have, I'll leave that on there. That is for a T-handle shovel. I don't have the shovel. I want to get an original, but if I can't, a reproduction will work. On the back here, it has what I believe is Shoe Co. 1942. Can't quite make that out. Damien? I might be getting this wrong, but that is for the shovel. Nice original 1942 shovel. And yes, they would have been issued later on the newer stuff as well. On the back here, I think it's on the back here, it might be inside. There it is. Now I do have all the information for this, which I'll add into the text in a minute, because you're going to be on video. RIA 1917. So that is an original. Now this has got some beautiful field repairs. So this was reissued during World War II. This is back, this one was. And it's been so around. Here's some beautiful field repairs. That's what I like to see. I don't really particularly wanted a brand new reproduction. I wanted an original, because you can't get the original ones this faded. Reproduction this faded. It doesn't quite look right, and this has got beautiful field repairs. So you know this has been used and been ripped and it's been fixed and it's been a loved piece of equipment. Alright, so let's open the Doughboy bag up, or the M10 bag, or let's have a look. This is my first time ever owning one of these bags. Okay. Well, hello. Combat serviceability. Class CS Boston OMD. Take care on it and it will take care of you. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to have a quick look around the camera. How cool is that? I didn't even know that was on there. Now, I have no idea, like I said, what this row of stuff is for, but no idea. I am confused how this, I've been trying to do some research. Remove this first aid tip, remove the knife, of how this goes. Okay, so here we go, we've got the straps. This then hooks onto your, what do you call it, ammo belt. Because this is not really a backpack. You can turn them into a backpack, but this is really a haversack. So a haversack you usually clip on. These replace your suspenders from what I was told. Whether that's true or not, please comment if you know. In the field, if they didn't have these, apparently they had the Y straps, or these suspenders, whatever they call them. These are called quick clips, basically in and out. We find these buckles and these clips every time when we go out to honey hole. Again, beautiful field repairs. Look at the stitching on that. I love this. There's field repairs on here. And this shows you the equipment, the type of material used back then. This was in service for a very long time, this bag. This is beautiful. Beautiful field repairs down there. So, we find these buckles all the time. I have no idea. Either way, here's the US. And of course, for those who don't know, and I'll just say it anyway, United States. But it's beautiful. I'm absolutely in love with this bag. I love the field repairs. Obviously, yes, that's how it would be in the field. I think there's meant to be a bottom end bag or whatever it is, unless that's what that does. It's not really a backpack at all, it's just more like a haversack. So there's your wire straps. That's your front. That's your front. That's your rear. So it goes in your rear. So this has only got one for the rear. Staining, who cares about the staining? I really don't. But that goes up there. And then you got this buckle in here. That'll be it on for that. So that goes over like that. Like I said, we find plenty of these end straps and all that. In theory, you should be able to just pull, but I'm liking this because in theory you can't. There's not much room of much anything here. Obviously you pull that down and that goes down like that. Okay. Your meat can straps, which are these things. Seeing that's where bayonets sit. Haversacks, medics, picks, personal issue picks, I've seen them put there too. That's in photos. So I think I might wrap it up here and put this back on here. Now my meat bag's got a, I might flip the tongs around tangs on this the fork, just so I don't pierce the bag. But I should try and get a second wall, first wall set of those. Reproduction's fine because I want to use them. This is my beautiful original, and guess what fell down? Looks like that for a while. American issue 1917 with a 1942 tea shovel holder. So I'll put a photo at the end of the tea shovel.